Hello everyone, I am Prepper Princess, the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you are interested in purchasing this book, I will go ahead and leave a link down in the description box below. It's also available in paperback form. Today I thought we would do an interesting video about my bucket list. So let me just say I have had an amazing life. If I were to die in my sleep tonight, I would not die with any regrets. I have been able to see so many things. I've traveled to several different countries. I've been to Hawaii. I have indoor skydived, outdoor skydived, bungee jumped. I snorkeled on a coral reef. I've ridden an elephant. I've gone through a ATV ride through pepper plantation and butterfly farms. I've jumped off of waterfalls. I've done some amazing things. I mean, really. I've pet a rhinoceros. I've fed a giraffe. Amazing things. And there's a lot of places that I wanted to travel when I was younger, which are not safe to travel to. Africa, Egypt, India. And after watching so many videos on YouTube, after talking to my aunt who has literally traveled the world to every single place, they're not as nice as I want them to be. There's that dream you've got in your head of how wonderful something will be, but it's actually dangerous for Americans now. So those places are sort of out of the question at this point. I'll just look at the Egyptian pyramids from YouTube, and then I'll look up a picture, I'll Google it on Google Earth, and I'll notice that when I think the pyramid's out in the middle of the desert, it's actually right next to an extremely busy highway. And, you know, going out and visiting the African tribes, you have to stop in the heart of Africa first, which is taxi cabs and thieves and bad things. Okay, so all of the places outside of the US that I've wanted to go to are sort of out of reach at this point. So let's go over the stuff that I would love to do or be able to do. And I can do. It just takes a lot of effort because I have dogs. Stop it. One of them is pawing at me right now, giving me these puppy dog eyes. Oh my God, don't look at me. Okay. So here is number one, and that is the Sonoma Serengeti. By the way, most of these things are like within a couple hours drive. All right, so Sonoma Serengeti is pretty much an African safari here in Northern California in Sonoma. You go there, you go on the safari truck, you see elephants, tigers, lions, and bears, oh my. And it's like, it is an African safari on a nature preserve, and you go there with your touristy camera and your cool hat and your vest, looking like a touristy crazy person. And it is a safari. It is just like going on an African safari, except it's in Northern California. It's kind of expensive. It's like $500, but it's doable. And it's something that I would absolutely love to do, and I will do that. I'm hoping to be able to do this next year in 2024. So at least a couple of them, not all. I can't, there's no way I'm going to do all of them in a year. I'll wear myself out, but at least a couple of them. I think that would be great. The second one is I would love to go to the Bayou in Louisiana. There is something about the culture down there, the way that people speak, not spiritual, but like, and I'm not interested in it, but like the voodoo, scary, creepy vibes that I get from the Bayou in Louisiana that just like, I've never been there, but I think that would be really cool. And I've always wanted to go on like a shrimp boat or a fishing boat and see how they do it. And I've always wanted to go on one of those flat boats with the giant fan on the back and with the guy with the "let's go faster," yeah, through all of that fun brush and stuff like that. I just think that would be super cool. And seeing like alligators, I've never seen an alligator or a crocodile Oh, I have. Never mind. I did. In Nicaragua, I did. Okay, never mind. So yeah, I've seen alligators up close and crocodiles up close. Just their eyes peeking out at me. Anyway, I think that the Bayou would be super cool, like, to see. The third one, oh my gosh. So this is, I would have to say this is probably number one on my list. Like, I say number three, but this is like the one I want to do the most. And that is Vision Quest Ranch in Salinas, California, where the elephants feed you breakfast. So yes, lions, tigers, and bears, oh my, plus elephants. And they feed you through the window. Like, they put their trunk, they have a basket, and they put the trunk of your breakfast through the window, and they feed you, the elephants feed you breakfast. How can you beat that? You can't beat that. I mean, that would be like the coolest thing ever. So, and that is something that I like would love to do. That would be so much fun. Okay. Number 4, I would like to stay on a Native American reservation. Now, I have a Native American friend who tells me that I should not do this. She's like super Native American. Like, she gets like the tax exemptions, and I'm sorry, I don't know what tribe. Her name's Erica, but I don't know what tribe she's in. But she gets money every year, like, just for being a Native American, like, from the tribe who, like, owns casinos or something. I don't understand all of it, but she is well taken care of just because she's a Native American. And she goes, why would you go to a reservation? Just come to my house. And I'm like, are you going to like do a rain dance or something for me? And she goes, if you want, we can do a rain dance in the backyard. I'll call a couple of my cousins over. Okay. So maybe I'll go and visit Erica next time I go to my rental property to check on it, and I'll stay there for a couple weeks and go visit her, and we'll have a powwow in her backyard. But there's actually a funny story with Erica. Yeah. So the story. Okay. So she lived in Kansas somewhere previously, and she had like a giant 4,000 square foot house with like 6 or 8 kids. She has 1 million kids, and she was renting like a 2-bedroom motorhome in Bullhead City until she could sell her house in Kansas. And she there was only 3 of them there. It was her 2 kids, 4, her 2 kids, and her boyfriend. And she goes, I went from a 4,000 square foot house, and now I'm in a 1,000 square foot motorhome, and there's only 1 bathroom. Like, I am used to having like 4 bathrooms. And I go, your privilege is showing. And she's like, oh my God. Anyway, it was hilarious. But I would love to go and stay on a Native American reservation, go out with them foraging wild stuff. Like, they do crazy things with cactuses and cactus fruit and wild onions, and harvesting water and growing corn. Like really, really drought tolerant corn. And I would love to learn that. I'd love to go to a powwow and do all this. And by the way, powwows in Mojave County, they're everywhere all the time. But they just happened to be shut down while I was there because of the shutdown. Anyway, so I didn't get to go to any powwows. I was upset about that. Okay, next one, number 5. I would like to go to the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Again, this is like the 3rd thing 3 out of 6 of the things on my list are like within a couple hours drive. So the Monterey Bay Aquarium, I've been to aquariums, just not that one. I mean, I've been swimming with dolphins. I went into a whale tank, and well, not in the tank, but in the area. And I got to give whales signals and, stuff like, and I got to feed seals and sea lions and otters and beavers and all this stuff. But I have never been to this aquarium, and I would really like to go because I've seen pictures of like the tunnels with sharks, and there's like a restaurant where you can get a view of like the fish tank or some. I want to go. I would like to see it, and I haven't been there. Everybody I know has been there but me. The next one is like a 2-week fiasco at the Smithsonian. So I thought the Smithsonian was just like a museum. No, it's like a city with different. Rocky is hungry. with different museums on. It takes up a whole city. Like, one is dinosaurs, one's aviation, one's ancient Egypt, one's ancient like it goes on and on and on. And I would like to spend just like 2 full weeks at the Smithsonian going and looking at everything, just all of it, like for 2 weeks straight. That would be awesome. And don't get me wrong, I've been to a bazillion different museums and forts, and California has a lot of I don't know what they're called, forts, I guess, and monasteries and stuff like that. Lots of history here in California. But we have nothing like the Smithsonian. I mean, you can't beat that. And I would love to see that. But number 1 on my list has got to be the Vision Quest Ranch in Salinas. Doing the safari experience, getting fed by an elephant, so I can say an elephant fed me breakfast. These are all just really great things on my list. And I don't want anything. I don't want any tangible items, except maybe a picture of the elephant feeding me. But I don't want any tangible items. But this is definitely, these are all on my experience list of things that I would love to experience before I die. Don't worry, I'm not sick and nothing's gonna happen as far as I know, but I think that this would be really cool. Let me know what is on your bucket list, because everybody's are different, and I always think that everybody who does have something on their bucket list is usually something super interesting. All right, folks, do what you can with what you've got. Prepper Princess out. What is going on, YouTube? I am Prepper Princess, the author of Living on Almost Nothing. If you're interested in purchasing they're on their little heated blanket, keeping nice and warm. Because we don't turn on the heater in this house. No, we do not. No, we do not. You guys are so cute. Rocky's snoring. Nala is staring. Good doggies. Good doggies. That's the side table I was talking about. The lamp was $6 at a thrift store, and the lampshade I found walking on a walk in right on top of somebody's garbage can. I talk about not dumpster diving. I didn't dive for it. It was just sitting on top, and I picked it up. Then the table, and I also have another matching side table, which will eventually go over here. Chair was my grandma's. There you go. Good puppies.